player who, despite having PC difficulties in round 3, did manage to stick around and advance another 2 rounds. So GG to that person. And congrats to our top 4 runners up to this point. So we're on to the final 4. Still kind of a bummer after JackPro finished in 2nd place in that round, but must have just had a bit of a rough go of it for round 5. But it's knockout tournaments, it happens. Big ol' good luck and have fun to Spy, Joseph, Angel, and JKL from here. Oh, that was a PB, JKL. Nice, congrats. Always nice to PB in a race. You just don't get to see it happen often. Russian support showing out today. Thanks all for being here, in addition to everybody else sitting around enjoying the show.
You're welcome.
You got me. Discathlon, the first Discathlon was January 2018, so 3.5 years ago. Yeah, God, it's been that long. Oi. There are times I forget I've been streaming that long.
I've been streaming since, I think, 2015, 2016?
2016.
Been a long time, especially when you consider the decade that 2020 was.
That's a good way of putting it, yeah, I agree. The entire
Here
decade.
we go. Getting ready.
Off we go for our top 4 runners. Now, from here on out, there will be no other runners that are being slotted into being shown on screen because this is our final 4. So, from this point on, what you see is what you get. You're going to see the most competitive runners running at their most competitive pace, their most competitive fury. So, let's get going. JKL showing the first sign of visuals here. Other runners probably just have a little bit of stream lag, which it happens. JKL opting for the very easy moon skip, only slightly slower. It does cost a few seconds, but it's very consistent. As long as you get Roboduck across the chasm properly, it's pretty simple. Still requires practice, mind you, but I learned it in like 5 minutes. Surely anyone else can. Oh, really nice mouse fight here from JKL until that 4th hit attempt. Unfortunately, took a hit there. Good moon finish there from JKL. Spy having a heck of a time with Roboduck here, trying to get to the old moon skip. That's gonna be a fairly sizable chunk. Managed to miss getting Roboduck across the chasm, and then had to come back and lure him in again, which took another couple of attempts. So Spy looking to be. Obviously I can't see where they overall based on the visuals, but. Based on what we saw there, Spy looking to be a bit behind, despite being our top runner still remaining. Such as knockout tournaments, but of course it's still early in the run. We're only about a minute in, and anything can happen at this point. Anyone can have a bad Magicka fight, they could take a death on the Yeti. Lots of variables at play here. Someone can miss Hella Skip. JKL opts to not have Hella Skip. That's legitimately one of the scariest things in the game. When you get the helicopter rope and don't get the skip and then the bee flies right at you, like you have to hope that the damage boost will be able to allow you to use directional influence to move back to the rope ladder. It's kind of scary. It's really, really scary. Angel moving on to the Magicka fight here, gets a low pattern and then a mid pattern. Good first damage boost, but unfortunate bit there in the end. Solid fight overall, though. JKL looks to be visually the first to settle, but do remember JKL's game feed did start about a good 10 to 15 seconds before the rest of our players minimum. Well, that was a great Sentinel fight. We don't know where the players are overall. Still wager to say that with Spyriel having that rough go of the moon, Spyriel's probably not in first place because of that, but stranger things have happened. Yeah, Joseph looking very, very strong for sure.
Absolutely.
Sometimes players get stronger as the day goes on. They only need that. Some players only need to barely survive the early going just to be able to make sure that they can really look strong at the end. That's why I know this is definitely not that, but that's why double elimination tournaments are so fun to watch. Someone gets put in losers right away and they fight their way back through. By the time they get to losers finals or even grand finals, their conditioning is on point because they've been playing like twice as many games as everybody else. Same philosophy here. Get the bad out of the way, get the good in when it matters. Good Magicka fight there for JKL. Let's see how Joseph fares. Gets a mid-flight pattern, very good. And immediately gets another hit. Another mid-flight pattern. And a Spy starting off with a high. Gets a mid immediately following that though, so that's a good rebound. Oh, and then gets the high at the end. Oh, got the hit! Didn't get the second hit though. Yeah, that's always gross. And Spy looks to be having a bit of a rough go of it this round. Between missing Moonskip initially and now having pretty rough luck on that Magicka fight. It's a rough go of it, but most of our players now working their way through the mines. Spyriel's going to be the last one to obtain the key. Right now it looks like, if I had to guess, I would wager that either Joseph or Angel Undead is in the lead. JKL's game feed has him further ahead than anybody, but his game feed started, as mentioned before, a fair amount earlier than our other three players, so probably got to dock a good 10 to 15 seconds from their placement in time. Still an excellent race so far for this round. Round 6 has been... It's gotten pretty wild for sure. JKL taking down, going after Terra Firma here. Nice fight. Missed a couple of the optimal cycles, but can't let that hold you down. Still got all 5 hits when they counted.
Yeah, the next couple of races are just going to be very, very tight, and execution is going to be everything.
Yeah. By this point, if you come this far, you gotta play. You don't have any choice but to just play your butt off. do it to it, and all that, all those Nike slogan sayings. Through the Himalayas. I'd wager that at this point, it probably looks like Angel Undead is most likely in the lead. Spyriel being this far behind Himalayas is, for this race in particular, unfortunately true to form. Between the Magicka fight and the Moonskip attempts. That said, with anything barring like a really bad Count Duckula fight, anything's possible at this point. Yeti deaths are always a thing. JKL having a really good Yeti fight there. Angel Undead getting those frame perfect pogo hits. Great stuff there. Joseph also having a good Yeti fight, so we can probably take that out of the equation. Yeah, those fights in particular from Angel Undead and Joseph were just spectacular, so excellent stuff there. Okay, so now other players making it back to Transylvania for their fated encounter with Dracula Duck. I am actually curious who's in the lead between Spy and JKL at this point, because it's looking very likely that one of those two players are going to be eliminated this round. But with the time difference of JKL's visual game feed starting earlier, it's hard to tell who's actually ahead and who's not. We'll find out soon enough. Also, I did not know those mummies could drop food. I just this second learned that. Who knew mummies liked ice cream? That's something you're familiar with? That's something you're familiar with? Just making sure you can get those safety food drops. I feel it. Solid.
I played this game a lot as a kid and walked around and explored because obviously didn't know the routing.
I wanted to walk around more myself, but I always ended up usually just dying. Everything in this game hits you so hard. All right, good finish there from JKL. Probably a bit behind our other players, but again, we'll have to check the standings officially. Angel Undead and Joseph both with very strong finishes, so GG to those players. Spy coming in not far up the rear. Let's go take a look at the official standings from what I can see here in just a moment. We'll get the actual official standings here shortly from our tech crew. Shouts to the tech crew once again. All right, looks like per that round, Spyriel did actually I don't believe those times are quite correct. Though JKL did take the knockout. The final times look to be Joseph finishing in first with a 7:25, which is an excellent time. Angel Undead coming in second with a 7:29. Spyriel with a 7:30, almost a 7:31, and then JKL with a 7:43, which almost beat the JKL's PB for the day. So GG to that person. But once again, great job. Great job to our runners. And yeah, appreciate it, Spy. Yeah, for some reason the timings aren't showing there. I'll just post this directly from our race channel. Those are the actual standings for this round. Of course, these standings show just the wildness of how knockout tournaments work. The person with the second best overall run today, even up to this round, was knocked out in the previous round. Not the one that just finished, but the one before that. So yeah, literally anything can happen. Yeah, I mentioned that one. I was like, man, Spy had a rough hit on the moon with the delayed moon skip, and then Magica started acting up. I was like, no, it's gonna take something, but managed to eke it out in third place. You still got next round to stay in the game. Should be looking like a really good last couple races we've got.